Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of no, this is your bonus May reading. This is actually going to be a timeless reading. One of my favorite people of all time, Greg Braden, says, "When your head and your heart become one, you can move mountains." So we're going to take a look at your head in this first row. We're going to take a look at your heart in the second row, and then in your third row, we're going to look at how you can, smash the two things together and move mountains in your life. These mountains, again, the mountains don't have to be challenges, by the way, Gemini. What did I say at the beginning of this reading? I have no clue, but this is for you, Gemini. So we're going to look at these mountains could be challenges. These could be goals that you want to achieve, things you want to overcome. These could be, could be bad things, good things, and everything in between. So, a mountain isn't just a bad thing in your life here, Gemini. But let's see what we have going on for you here, Gemini people. And Gemini. Gemini, you in the area of your head, you have the ant spirit. So it is definitely, this card says it is time to collaborate. And I do feel that collaboration or working with other people, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, would be a good idea for you with the time to collaborate card. In love, for example, this could be you also just, if you are looking for love, this could be you looking for a person who you want, who will work on a team with you and all that other stuff. If you're not looking for love, again, this is just saying that it's time to work together with other people in all areas of your life. Pretty much every single sign has had something about teamwork for like the past 6 months, right? So in every single reading I do, teamwork comes up. So it's definitely in the astrology, I would say. You have the Eight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Three of Wands here. It's like you've been working very hard on something, and you recognize that in your head, right? With the Eight of Pentacles, you've been putting in a lot of work trying to master something with this energy, and it's like you're hoping that things will start progressing a lot faster in your life with this Knight of Swords. I just feel like things have not been moving forward as quickly as you would like. In the area of your heart, you have the Seven of Swords, Death card, and Five of Swords. And so again, this is definitely challenging energy that you're experiencing in your heart space, right? And so this to me is saying that like your head is going in the right direction, but your heart is maybe just off a little bit here with this energy. And again, these readings are not meant to be positive or negative, and these are meant to just be talking about the energy of your head and your heart and where you're going. So it's like your head wants to move forward a lot faster, but I feel like you're like waiting too much with this Three of Wands. Three of Wands is like waiting for the perfect moment when there never will be a perfect moment. So I really feel it's kind of like time for you to get moving with this Three of Wands energy. It's like your head wants to expand. Your head wants to, that sounds messed up, but your head wants to expand. Like I feel like your head wants you to expand, wants your life to expand and get bigger and have new experiences. I feel like your life wants you to take the lead on, certain things that you want to create. Even if we go this first diagonal, you have this Three of Wands to the Death card to the Emperor. The Emperor is like a card of taking the lead or becoming a leader. So it's like your head really wants you to take the lead on something here that you're trying to accomplish. Probably something you've been putting work to achieve with the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is very diligent, kind of like hardworking, detail-oriented work. So it's like you've been working very hard towards a goal, dream, wish, whatever it is for you. Whatever this mountain that whatever you're trying to manifest. You have the Eight of Wands. Yeah, like I said, in this first row, I feel this is more of a hope. I feel like this is more of your desire. Is that whatever you're trying to accomplish, you're hoping that it will happen a lot faster, obviously, with the Knight of Swords and that Eight of Wands. Yeah, you have the Magician. I mean, the Magician says that you could speed things up very quickly. Magician is a card of manifestation. And again, the whole point of head and heart becoming one is manifestation. The whole moving mountains thing is that Greg Braden talks about is all about manifesting things that you desire. And you have the Emperor. Yep. Like I said, I mean, really, your first row kind of answers the question, really. What do you need to do to get your head and your heart to become one? In a lot of ways, just taking control and taking the lead. And almost like full energy, taking a leap of faith is kind of popping into my head here, which is kind of a common answer. I've done over half of these readings so far, and a lot of people have been getting this energy of like really just needing to kind of like take a leap of faith, just needing to go for it, right? So in a lot of ways, I feel you just kind of need to go for it here with this energy. For others, I do feel like you are, I feel like a thumb here. And obviously I feel you could be kind of like you feel like you're under someone's thumb, is like an old saying. And so the Emperor can be a very controlling energy, and I do feel that you feel controlled by a certain person. It's like you're trying to get away from this here, so we're gonna have to see what happens. But in your next area of your heart, you have the No Place Like Home card. For some of you, I do feel actually that this could be saying that you need to leave a comfort zone, right? Which could be very challenging for you here with the No Place Like Home card. This card here, there's this little circle at the top here. It's going to be kind of hard to see. But this little circle right here, there's another card in this deck that's called Round and Round. And it's basically a blown up version of this little circle right here. And so for some of you, I feel like you're kind of like your heart wants to leave a situation, but there's also like a sense of comfort in that situation as well. For some of you, I do feel like it's love, where it's like you're with a person, but you're not with a person. It's like you want to stay, you want to go. Typical Gemini reading, right? With this Five of Swords here, it's like very back and forth. I totally get it. As I always say, I'm a Gemini moon. Gemini, I totally understand the whole like back and forth type of energy here, where it's like you want to go, but you don't want to go. You're not sure what to do. Your brain's telling you one thing, your heart is telling you another thing. And I feel like this sense of comfort could be kind of keeping you trapped. You have the Seven of Swords, the Death card, and the Five of Swords here. Yes, I understand that the Seven of Swords represents lying, cheating, stealing, but again, this reading is not about lying, cheating, stealing, or love, or anything like that. Seven of Swords is a card of fears outside of love, or just in a general reading, so I feel some of you need to let go of your fears. The reason the card is about fears is because, he is normally, the guy on the Seven of Swords normally is trying to steal seven swords from an army in the background, but he can't get all the swords, and it kind of represents trying to protect yourself from things that you don't even know. Again, here's the other thing about the Seven of Swords that's popping into my head for you, Gemini, is he doesn't even know if he needs to protect himself from that army or not. he maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, right? So and not only that, he can't. There are two swords behind him on a traditional Seven of Swords. It's like he can't carry all the swords. He can't protect himself from everything that is possible, or is possibly going to happen. So I feel like your heart is it's like you're trying to protect your heart energy here. And this is not just in love, like I said, this is in all areas of your life. It's like you're trying to prevent disasters from happening, but the Seven of Swords really says we can't. I always say also, on the Seven of Swords, the guy on the Seven of Swords, he has polka dots all over his shirt, and the polka dots in the tarot represent needing to not take things too seriously. It can it basically says you're taking things too seriously, stop, right? And I'm not saying life isn't serious, but what I am saying is it can represent needing to kind of like lighten up a little bit with that Seven of Swords energy. The Death card is like I feel like you're craving a change. You want to go through a transformation. Here, I feel like if this is love, that something is dead, done, over with this Five of Swords, if it wants to focus here. And so, there you go. I feel like that something is dead, done, over with. It's like, in a lot of ways, I feel you're kind of like, you see something that is much better for you here with this Five of Swords energy. But it's like you're trying to move away from something here. In a lot of ways, I do get I almost feel that this is saying in your heart, it's like you're being a little bit protective of your heart. And again, this is not just love. I want to stress that. This is towards everything. Sometimes we can start a business, and if it fails, our heart is broken. We can maybe try a new diet, and it doesn't work, and then our heart is broken, right? So it's like you're being a little bit too overprotective of your heart here. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles, 2 sevens to me is internal fears that don't exist when 2 sevens come up together in a reading. Your heart wants to change, though. It's like your heart is saying that it's almost like your heart isn't in it any longer. So whatever it is whatever mountain you're trying to manifest, or whatever you're trying to manifest in your life, it's like your heart isn't in the past any longer. He's looking at those 7 Pentacles, and he's like saying, is it worth it? Was it worth it? Was it worth putting all this work in to grow these pentacles? You have the 9 of Pentacles here as well. And the Moon card, fierce. A lot of people have been getting the Moon card in the area of the heart as well in these readings. So the Moon card can represent fears or internal fears that don't exist. For some of you, this whole entire row is really just saying that the 9 of Pentacles says you have the resources necessary to go down this path on the Moon card. So 9 of Pentacles is a card of being resourceful, and it's a card that says you have the resources. The Moon, there is a path straight down the Moon card. When the moon comes up, the moon goes down. So yes, the moon represents fears, illusions, fantasies, all sorts of things, but it's not a card that says stop. As I always say, it's a card that says keep going. You need to go and down this path, and you need to stay on the path. So I feel like for some of you, this is saying stay on the path. I really feel this Five of Swords is saying don't give up on a dream with the moon, because here's the thing. When you get the Five of Swords with the moon could represent a dream that you have, something you want to accomplish, or something you see as being like a great accomplishment in your life. But it's like the Five of Swords is saying that you're starting to maybe look at an accomplishment, or you're starting to look at something that could be an accomplishment as an illusion, as something that you can't have, right? It's like you're almost starting to give up, or your heart is almost starting to give up on something here. And I feel like the Five of Swords is saying, don't do that. Here, putting it all together, you have the Six of Swords. So improvements. Number one, I feel that your guides are going to be helping you kind of come into alignment and bring your head and your heart together if you ask for it, right? I feel like you need to ask your guides basically for that. There's normally a guide in the back of the boat on the Six of Swords, and again, it just represents guidance. So some of you, I feel that. I also feel there are improvements coming into your life in the near future, and these improvements are going to be kind of like, I feel like they're kind of nudging you along here, Gemini, and they're moving you closer towards your dreams. You have the Emperor, the King of Wands, and the Six of Swords. Oh, I didn't even realize you have the Six of Swords twice here. So definitely I feel your guides are guiding you at this time and are kind of like nudging you closer. I also feel like you need to, this right here is a mindset shift is what this is, Gemini. It's popping into my head of like, if you can just look at this right here, whatever you're about to give up on, as kind of like a rite of passage. I feel like that little mindset shift will kind of bring you more into alignment. It'll make your head and your heart one, and then you'll be moving in the right direction. I do feel like there's a strong need for you to kind of like be motivated at this time, especially with this King of Wands here. He's like on fire on this card here, but I feel there's a very strong need for you to be motivated. And the Emperor to me is like a card of you needing to take control and take the lead. We know this because, again, the Three of Wands is a card of leadership. It is a card of needing to take the lead. So it's almost like you need to step into a leadership position, or you need to take the lead in love or in business, whatever the case may be. The Emperor, I also feel, is asking you to escape someone. If you're dealing with a person, if you're dealing with overbearing energy, I feel like that's kind of like a clue that overbearing energy, if you're dealing, and this could be a person in any area of your life, this overbearing energy that I feel there. So it could be a parent, it could be a boss, a mentor, it could be a lover, it could be anything. And I feel like that Emperor energy is saying, walk away from this overbearing energy. Yeah, you cannot, look at this. Six of Swords again, literally saying move away from you have the Six of Swords 3 times. I've never had that happen where a card has come up 3 times like that in a reading. It's definitely asking you to move away from any overbearing energy or anything that's causing problems in your life. You have the Ace of Cups here, definitely your emotions overflowing, being very happy. I like that. And the Seven of Wands here as well. The seven for you to get this is like the let me just back up and rewind. Here, Gemini. I feel like this is saying that if you move on from an overbearing energy, you put your heart into something here. The Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing, but it's really you working on something that you truly want to be working on, like a business, a project, a relationship, whatever it is that you want to grow. And if you commit to it, you will be very successful. The Seven of Wands also says, do not go back to the past. I was kind of getting that here, where I was saying something where it's almost like in this row here, it's almost like something is home, right? You have that no place like home card, but it feels like a never-ending cycle to me, where it's like you could keep going back to something. And sorry, my eyes are driving me nuts today. Here, my allergies are super bad, Gemini, but we will survive, right? I feel like this middle row is saying that there's something that is like home to you, but it's not comfortable. It's really not comfortable. It could be a person, it could be a business or a job. But it is just a comfort zone. The Six of Swords with the Seven of Wands here. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It says when you know that something is going to be successful, it will be successful. But I really am just getting that there is no other way. And what I feel that message means for you is when you draw a line in the sand and when you stop going back, or when you stop returning to something, or when you finally cut something off here in this middle row, I feel like that is the thing that is going to bring your head and heart into alignment and allow you to achieve greater things. So it's pretty simple. I would just cut off the past, or I would cut off anything that has been a round and round situation here, Gemini. I would remove yourself from anything that just keeps being a repeat, burden in your life. And it's just that simple. So love it. So thank you for being here, Gemini. Really appreciate it. Let me know what you think of this reading down below. Again, it's not perfect, but it's definitely one that I'm liking, so I might continue doing it. But thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support. But thank you, Gemini, and definitely enjoy your month.